G'day, this is PedroArvy, off on yet another adventure, and this month we're off to the Northern Prom circuit. In fact, we're right here at the beginning of it. As you can see here from this sign, it's 18.9 k's in that direction to our destination, Mine Cove. Now, a lot of people think the prom, it's for wimps, it's full of tracks. Well, this is not that part of the prom. In fact, we've had to sign this disclaimer to even be allowed to do this walk. We need significant experience in self-reliant camping, competence in use of a map and compass, significant experience in off-track navigation, ability to navigate in the absence of obvious land features, properly equipped for all weather conditions, sufficient supplies in case of an emergency, knowledge of basic first aid and carry a first aid kit, provide emergency contact details, leave details of planned itinerary, blah blah blah, plan exit routes in case of an emergency. We've signed this document, although we actually haven't got quite a number of these things. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can make it. The track fades out here, it's very tough going. We'll see you on the track. Well, here we are, bashing through the bush in the Northern Prom. This is what it's like, pretty much. I'm just giving you a bit of a bloody hell. This is actually our lunch spot, but that's what we had to walk through to get to it. This area here we're in is the famous swamp of Chinaman's Creek, and as you can see, it's bone dry. Well, it's not quite bone dry, but there are a lot of mozzies about, but there's no drinkable water, and we're a bit worried about that, because if we run out of water, it's well, you can survive on 3 days without water. We might have to test that theory. The bush has been very tough going. It's awful. It's a terrible scrub. You can see what it's like. There's markers through it, but there's not really a track. It's hideous. I'll see you on the beach. Woohoo! Well, we've just been walking through the scrub there for 8 hours. Absolutely fantastic. Very difficult trail to follow, but it's magnificent to get out here on the beach. It's only a few k's to our campsite up to Johnny Suey Cove. You can see all those swans in the water. Small islands. This is what you live for. This is why you come to these places. So let's see what's at Mine Cove. See you there. Oh yeah, g'day. And this is, it's 7 AM here in the campsite, and we went to bed. I went to bed at 6:30 and slept till 7 AM. And here I am. This is a fantastic shelter I'm in. I haven't used this for a while. It's a tarp, and I'm in my bivvy bag, which is bloody boiling. The net weight of this shelter is 550 grams with pegs. Massive surface area, very warm. I don't know why people don't sleep in these things. I just think it's the best shelter of all time. So now I'm gonna have a bit of breakfast in bed, and it's actually going to be quite romantic. So I'll see you on the trail soon. Well, here we are coming down to the actual Johnny Cove area itself. And we're going to take you to see the water source. Now, we were very concerned about water here because there was, well, the swamp was completely dried up, and it's a swamp. So we got here last night and we found this very small water source, of course critical if you're bushwalking. Come down and have a look at this. Here it is. It is flowing, but it's very small, but enough to get fresh water. A very mineral-like taste to this water. I feel like I'm at Hepburn Springs drinking this stuff. Now let's go have a look at the cove. Well, we're here at Mine Cove with Michael and Chris. Now these guys came into camp at what time?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. What happened to you blokes?
I'm carrying 30 kilo packs.
30 kilo. Why are you carrying 30 kilo
20
packs?
20 kilo packs, 10 litre water bladders.
10 litres of water.
Yep.
And why are you carrying 10 litres of water?
Because we got told there's no water, and if you turn around,
there's the water.
There's water.
Well,
So,
are you tired, boys?
no, I'm fine.
Really? Geez, these guys are pretty tough. Let's go check out the dunny. Now, usually when you have to do a number 2 out here in the bush, you got to dig a hole. I love digging holes in the sand, but here in Wilson's Prom, unspoiled wilderness that it is, we've got this fantastic amenity up here which we're going to show you how to use. And let's go see exactly how you use the luxury Bush Dunny. Well, here we are at the Bush Dunny, otherwise known as the Thunderbox. There's a few special techniques you want to learn about in these dunnies to save yourself unwanted grief. Come inside. Well, I'm going to be in here doing my thing. Now, what you want to worry about with the Bush Dunny is you want to make sure, one, that there's nothing too close to the surface, because if there's something too close to the surface, you're going to have to dig a hole. And the other thing you have to worry about at the Bush Dunny is, hold your nose. Well, we're washing our hands here after doing our business, and we're going to make our way, pack up camp, get the hell out of here and go off to Johnny Sewerage Cove. Sorry, I mean Johnny Suey Cove, which is one of the most beautiful spots I've ever seen in my life. See you there in about 4 or 5 hours. Well, here we are back on the main strip of beach on our way to Johnny Suey Cove in the lovely early morning light at 8 AM. And you can see here these little dots on the beach. Maybe we can get a close-up of them. These are thousands of crabs. I don't know what the variety is or the species, but there's millions of them here. And they just cover these beaches in low tide. Absolutely incredible. That's why you're out here, to see this fantastic display of brilliant nature. That's better. Off we go. Now we're trying to walk through the scrub here, and I'm trying to give you an idea of what this track's like by a bit of action footage. As you can see, there's a track, but you're bashing through a lot of scrub at the same time. Now this is fantastic, folks. I mean, I'm sure with a picture like this, you can probably feel that you're almost here. Oh, just got one in the loins there. It's getting a bit rough through here. Alright, well we're just going to keep pushing through. Why don't you go make yourselves a cup of coffee? Well, here we are amongst some absolutely fantastic coastal banksias. There's sort of forests of them, and they're not in bloom at the moment. They're blooming January, February. They're obviously seeding now. And these trees are what blew Joseph Banks away, and not many people know this, but one of the reasons Botany Bay was settled was he went back to England raving about these things, and since he was a member of the aristocracy, he got the points to make the settlement there. Now, this is a not so dried up one, and one fantastic use of these, as the great Mad Dog will attest to, is you can use them as toilet paper, just straight and wipe. And when they're in flower, they're very, very soft, and they're fantastic. So there you go. Use this next time you're in the bush and you're out of dunny paper. Let's keep going. Well, here we are at Johnny Suey Cove. Bit of soft coral here. Get rid of that. And I want you to have a look at our campsite here. We've got Ian's tent through here, the Gossamer Gear Original Squall Classic, made from spinnaker cloth. This tent weighs 750 grams, is absolutely palatial, and unlike silicone nylon, it does not sag when wet. Guys, if you want a tent, and you want one of these babies, $290 US, it's the way to go. Over here, we've got my tarp set up. Very different sort of arrangement. Again, spinnaker cloth, which I love, very tight pitch. And I hop in under that. That's absolutely stacks the room, fantastic. Now, let's come over here to the kitchen.
Bloody hell.
Here's the table. And as you can see, we have seafront views. Look at that, we've got a beautiful beach down there, and we've got rocks over there. I have fished this area before, and the fishing is pretty bloody good. So, the only thing we haven't got is Scotch whiskey, and you really need Scotch whiskey with a cigar, folks. I think my personal favourite is a malted Scotch like Glenfiddich, and that's really set me back, you know. I mean, if someone said to me this morning for breakfast, can't have breakfast but you can have scotch for your cigars, what would you take? Forget the breakfast, I'd take the scotch any day. It's so important. It's really important for morale to go with the cigars, and if you're an alcoholic it's very difficult without it. So we'll see you later on in the day.
Through early morning fog I see visions of the things to be, the pains that are withheld for me. I realize and I can see that suicide is painless. It brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please.
Well, this is unbelievable, folks. This guy was bitten by a snake and pulled the bone, and here's the chopper taking him away. Johnny suing cars. He's gonna live. He's not too bad. And this is just incredible. Storm Glasgow, PedroArvy.com. By the way, folks, these guys sleep kayaking and he's just off looking at the water and he got a very small scratch from the snake. The chopper has come in 20 minutes, made a phone call, and he's going to be whisked away in the snake.
Suicide is painless. It brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please. The sword of time will pierce our skins.
Well, here we are at Miranda Creek on Sunday morning after yesterday's incredible rescue. We've walked across Monkey Point today, 2 hours of heath bashing. It's got some unusual side effects. Yeah, all of a sudden you are, within 30 minutes of leaving the area, oh, I hate that, you just turn into a monkey. I got to get out of here, folks. This is the whole area is in enchanted forest. See you on the road. Well, here we are at the Fish Creek pub after a quite incredible morning. We walked the whole way out, which is like nearly 20k in 4.5 hours. Now, the last segment is a road that's 16.9k's, knocked that off in 3 hours flat. I'm stuffed. The bloody cameraman here walks so fast I can't keep up with him. But we're enjoying some of the local red wine, and quite frankly I've had it. And look, you don't know where and you don't know when, but you'll see me back again on PedroArvy.com.
Yep, okay.